emojis in the chat, Pimps. Ryan emojis in the chat. Oh my lord. Our boy DSP is just having a rough few couple days. You guys know his internet went down. He had to actually have conversations and actually interact with his wife on Sunday. And it even got so bad that Phil needed, well, not Phil, Kat made Phil go outside. And this is very interesting because I always say, you guys know my belief is that if you want to know if someone's lying to you, you just let them talk. You be quiet and let them talk, and they will eventually expose their lie. And Phil did that. He did that twice yesterday. He did it on his daily rap video, and he also did it during the Street Fighter playthrough. Let's watch the video, and then I will talk about exactly what I saw.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Wrap. What a crappy day. Like, seriously, what on earth? So, to get everyone caught up on everything going on, I lost my internet for 24 hours. There was something going on here in Washington. It was 8 different zip codes that lost their internet, something like 10,000 or more customers. I was one of them. So yesterday, which was Saturday, June 17th, I did a Level 1 podcast, and I did my show of DSP versus the internet. As the show is about to end, I lose all my internet. So I can't upload, and I can't even shut the stream down, okay? So then what happens is, I'm waiting, I'm talking with my ISP or whatever, and they keep telling me, oh, it's going to come back, it's going to come back. They keep giving me new times, and it never comes back, the internet. So all yesterday, I had no internet for the second half of the day. I couldn't upload, I couldn't even turn off the DSP versus the internet stream, so it was endlessly showing us live. I kept trying to update you guys to tell you what was going on, but I have no internet connection, and my phone internet is absolutely terrible. I have terrible phone reception. So because of that, even to like tweet or post up on the community tab of my channel here was like, sometimes it took upwards of 40 minutes of retrying to get it to work. That's how bad it was. So what ended up happening was my wife and I did some stuff at home. We did some house cleaning. We actually watched some Blu-rays that we had sitting around. We watched Fraggle Rock and stuff. I'll talk about more about this on the Level 1 podcast tomorrow, okay? We were hoping the internet was going to be back today. So we wake up, no effing internet in the morning. So now it's been since 4 p.m. the day before to 9 a.m. the next day. And we call Comcast. Again, they keep saying, oh, we're working on it. We're working on it. ETA, 3 p.m. But we're like, yeah, but you told us all day yesterday the ETA was like 4 p.m., then 6 p.m., then 8 p.m., then 9 p.m., then 11 p.m., then 4 a.m., now 9 a.m., now it's not 9 a.m., now it's 3 p.m., so we don't believe you. So we decided to do,
Okay, Phil, so the interesting thing that you said there, of all that gobbledygook that you said, was ETA. I guess you don't understand what ETA stands for. E in the ETA is estimated. It's estimated. They're estimating what time it may be done. And of course, it changes. It changes because once you go to figure out, you got to figure out the problem. Once you figure out the problem, you have to figure out what you need to repair the problem. That requires manpower, that requires equipment, that could require a whole bunch of stuff. That requires a whole bunch of, you got traffic, it depends on where the issue is. If the issue is on a private property, there's a whole host of stuff, Phil, that you need to take into account. Apparently you don't. And that's why they always say estimated, Phil. It's an estimated time. That's what they're giving you. It's not a concrete. They're basically saying we think it's going to take this long, but then of course things pop up, things creep up, and shit happens, Phil. And you have to be adaptable to that, Phil. But of course, we know you are not.
decided to go out. So my wife and I went out. We had some food. We were actually doing a little bit of shopping. And as we're in the middle of doing the shopping, one of my neighbors texts me and says, I think the internet's back. Now, I had told Comcast to text me and tell me when the internet was back. They were supposed to. I signed up for it. They didn't text me to tell me the internet was back until tonight, when I had already been streaming for fucking 4 or 5 hours. What a great ISP I have, right? But there's sadly nothing else out here that's like it good enough for my business, so I have to put up with this.
Okay, so this is the nice little interesting piece here that Phil just exposed, which I want to talk about. We all know that Phil has this story about himself that he loves to portray, that he's a downtrodden, hard-working, the hardest working person on the internet, that because of unforeseen circumstances, of course not of his own making, he's been in debt. He had to file bankruptcy. He had to pay back tax. You name it. Of course, it's all unforeseen stuff, and Phil did nothing wrong. So these are, it's essentially God or the universe hitting at Phil and causing him to, deal with hardships. Phil is the man that he's so broke that all his money goes to his bills, and he barely gets enough to scrape by, to the point where he has to beg his Dents, beg his whales to tip him and give him money so that he has enough money so that he can go grocery shopping, pet supply shopping, so that he can take his wife out for a meal once a week, just once a week, because that's all they can afford, because he doesn't want to eat ham sandwiches on his day off, right? That's what Phil purchased. And yet you hear right here from his very mouth, oh, me and Kat just went out. We decided, let's go out. And it wasn't just let's go out and walk around, window shop or whatever. No, because we don't have any money, right? No, it wasn't that. It was we did some shopping, right? And we went out to eat. So if what you tell us is true about yourself, Phil, that means on your next day off, you're not going to be able to go out to eat, because you only go out to eat once a week, right, Phil? You don't DoorDash, you don't order out, right? You just go out with your horse once a week. It doesn't sound like once a week, Phil. You went out yesterday, Sunday, and you're going to go out probably Wednesday. So to me, as a thinking person, as a thinking man, that tells me what he's saying is probably bullshit. He's lying. And of course we know he's lying. But of course, you let someone, when someone's lying to you, you kind of just let them lie. And it gets to a point where everyone can actually see it and notice it and identify those specific trends of him lying. And then it becomes you don't believe anything he says. And that's Phil's issue now, is that no one in the world ever believes anything he has to say, because he lies about the most mundane things. And right here, he lied yet again. He lied again. It's proof that he has money. He has money saved up. Not all of it goes to bills. I know a good deal of it goes to WWE champions and a lot of his vices, but he still has enough money to say, hey, my internet's down, I can't work, let's go out and spend some money. Money that he claims he doesn't have, and he doesn't have credit. Kat works part-time. So where exactly is he getting this money? He only streamed once on Saturday and only made, $75? In tips. You take away the fees and all that, Phil's probably clocking $40 or $50 after what was done and said. So how can he go out yet again on another day? It's just bullshit. It's just lies. And then Phil right here clearly exposed himself for being the liar that we say he is. He clearly is the liar.
This company, pretty bad. Now, my neighbor says, oh, the internet's bad. I'm like, well, I guess I got to come home. So we finished up what we were doing. We come home, and I turn on an impromptu Street Fighter 6 stream, which is supposed to be Dalsim. Now, I was supposed to be studying tech of Dalsim. Guess how much I got to watch last night? One video. Why? Because the internet wasn't working. So I'm trying to use satellite internet. I managed to watch like one freaking video of it. It was a pretty much shitty because, like Blanca and Lily, I got to study a lot more. With Dalsim, I barely got to see anything. It was not good. So I did my absolute best on this stream. I played for like 2 to 2.5 hours impromptu. And of course, we didn't have as many regulars as usual because people didn't know I was going to be streaming. I didn't know I was going to be streaming. But we had a lot of trolls and annoying assholes. So sadly, these annoying assholes did derail the stream. A lot of people complained with good reason. They were just sitting there being complete scumbags. So then I said, I'm so upset because I only got to play Dalsim for around 2 hours and I didn't do good. I was like, man, I want to play again tonight. So I changed the streams around. I said the late stream will be more Street Fighter 6 Dalsim, and then tomorrow will be Zelda on the first stream to mix it up, so that way Zelda will have like 3+ hours tomorrow. So I make this change. I play Dalsim tonight. Man, I tell you, I can't get anything going with this character, and I tried real hard. What I do think that Dalsim sadly is disadvantaged in this game. A lot of people are rating him low mid to actually low tier. It seems like the tools he has aren't good enough. Other characters are too good with Rushdown, and quite frankly, Drive Impact seems to destroy him because so many of his good normals are one hits that you can't cancel out of. So if you just throw it out, Drive Impact right in the face, and he has no way to get away or even counter hit with his own. You can't cancel that hit into a Drive Impact of his own. Other characters can literally go jab, 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 Drive Impact. He's like jab, jab, then his jabs run out, and then if he throws out a move, immediately Drive Impact in the face. So
okay, so what Phil is trying to tell us is that he's not bad. He's not a bad player. It's Dalsim. Dalsim gets destroyed by everyone. That's a lie, Phil. Every single character in that game has matchups against other players that they have advantages and disadvantages. You can't tell me that every single fighter has an advantage over Dalsim. That's incorrect, Phil. That's incorrect. You lost yesterday to every single player, and you got defeated badly. I posted a video of your first stream where you went 0-11 in your first 11 matches playing with Dalsim, and that's terrible. And the night stream was even worse. And you've admitted here that you're just terrible with Dalsim. But it's not just Dalsim, it's all your characters. I think the only one you did okay with was Lily. Everyone else, you've just been utter garbage. So yet again, Phil needs to lie about how he does to save face. I don't know what it is with him. He just can't be honest with people. And especially being that it's out there. It's on the internet. The internet has it. So whatever you say, anyone could just go back, take a look at the footage, and see that you're lying, Phil. I just don't understand. And the other interesting here thing that he won't talk about is his grift. He won't talk about his begging yesterday on both playthroughs, excessively last night, to the point where he guilt-tripped his viewers. And that's what I want to play next right here. But let me just pull up this little footage here of Phil guilt-tripping the Dents. And of course, one of those Dents actually bit, which is pretty pathetic. So let's just play the video right now. You're going to hear Phil grift away. You're going to hear Phil guilt trip. And thankfully only one whale decided to hear the call, which is pretty pathetic. You're very pathetic, Jack Raxter, by the way.
Of impact, and it beats it. Guys, we got a little under an hour left on stream. Again, I would really appreciate it if you guys like Street Fighter, if you could support the stream. I'm sorry to keep asking, but as you can see, it's the slowest supported Street Fighter stream I've had. After a whole day, I lost the streaming. So I'd appreciate it if you could support it, and if not, well, I guess I'm screwed. What else can I say? In this game.
So there you hear it, folks. I guess I'm screwed. If you don't give me tips, if you don't support me, if you don't give me money, I'm screwed. What exactly is it that you're screwed about, Phil? You were in a position on Sunday to go out with your wife and go shopping. Not window shopping, go shopping. And you also had enough money to go out and have a meal, which is 40 or 50 bucks right there for two people, especially in how expensive Washington is. So why exactly are you screwed here, Phil? Why, where? It's just... It just dumbfounds me, Phil.
Guy who complimented my haircut. Right.
Right. So, of course.
Join the stream. 150 hours, all right?
Right here.
So, Jax, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, it was a pretty slow night. But this is awesome. Obviously, this is going to help a lot. And especially because I missed my fucking stream yesterday because this bullshit that happened with my internet.
Alrighty, there you have it. Jack Raxter heard the whale call and came out and dropped $150 to Phil. How does it feel, Jax, having your mouth wrapped around our boy's genitals here? How does that feel? Huh? How does it? I wonder if you're still driving that 2003 Camry. You still driving that 2003 Camry, Jax? Because you just feel compelled whenever your cult leader calls that you need to drop money like this. I blame you, Jax. I know a lot of people say one day Phil's just gonna have it and he's gonna lose his mind because of the detractors, and we're the ones driving to his insanity or his mental health. No, you know whose fault is this? It's Jack Raxter's fault and the whales just like him that continue to support him like this, that continue to allow him to lie to people, continue to allow him to beg. Because if he wasn't getting the money that he was getting from the Dents like Jax, he wouldn't be doing this. He would actually go and get a real job and maybe stream part-time. But because of people like Jack Raxter and OIC and those other Dents that keep throwing cash his way, you're the reason that one day Phil's gonna do something. Because the money eventually runs out. Jax, you can't keep this up for your whole life. OIC, you can't keep this up your whole life. You can't keep throwing cash. Game Trekker, you can't keep it up. You can't keep this up your whole life. So eventually there is going to be a stopping point of these whales dropping cash, and Phil's going to have to do something drastic, like maybe get a job or even something more severe. So you're the one that you are the whales and the dents, like Jack Racksters, are the one that enable Phil to continue this piss poor behavior. And if something ever happens, you're to blame. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.